Hello, this is Tony Heller from RealClimateScience.com. 85 years ago, CBS News demonstrated that they could create mass panic via the use of fake news. They ran a series of fake news bulletins describing a Martian invasion of New Jersey. They succeeded in creating nationwide hysteria via fake news, which is a model they've used ever since. They're working hard to create a lot of mass hysteria this summer. Phoenix hits record for 19th day of 110 plus degrees in a row, with more ahead. CNN, 39-day heatwave could last into August after smashing 2,300 plus records. CNBC, we are in uncharted territory. World records hottest day ever for the third time in just 4 days. Forbes, July 4th was Earth's hottest day in over 100,000 years, breaking record for second day in a row. CBS, Earth just had the hottest June on record. The climate crisis is here. That's why President Biden passed historic clean energy investments that will grow the economy and help fight climate change. Every Make America Great Again Republican in Congress voted no. Hillary Clinton picked up on it and tweeted, "Hot enough for you? Thank a Make America Great Again Republican, or better yet, vote them out of office." So Hillary Clinton was saying that the hottest day in 100,000 years was caused by all these people in the red counties, whom she also calls the basket of deplorables. Democrats say they want to unite America by accusing everyone with a different opinion of destroying the world. The reality is that even if you believe greenhouse gases are important to the climate, it doesn't make any difference which party is in control of the White House. The trajectory of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is completely unaffected by politics, with Biden setting a spectacular new record this year. Democrats are in a lot of trouble right now, and they're hoping that fears about global warming will pull them through in next year's election. It worked for them in 2012 when Hurricane Sandy hit right before the election, which probably put Barack Obama over the top. New Jersey wasn't invaded by aliens from Mars, but they did suffer an invasion right before the election in 2012. For hundreds of years, bad weather was blamed on witches, and Hillary Clinton has extended that idea and now blames bad weather on Republicans. I'm curious how NOAA determined that July 4th was the hottest day in 100,000 years. Because going back 100 years, they don't have any daily temperature data for the vast majority of the planet. Most of their daily temperature data is from the United States. The hottest July 4th in the United States occurred in 1911 when 56% of the country was over 95 degrees Fahrenheit or 35 degrees Celsius. This year, July 4th was only the 60th hottest since 1895. Given that NOAA has very little daily temperature data from 1911 outside of the United States, how do they know that July 4th, 1911 wasn't the hottest day globally as well? These three stories from CNBC, Forbes, and CBS are completely fake news. Now let's look at this story. Phoenix hits record for 19th day of 110 plus degrees in a row, with more ahead. Phoenix's previous record of 18 consecutive days over 110 degrees was set in June 1974. That same week, the press was fear-mongering about global cooling and a new ice age. All the same weather, which is now blamed on global warming, 50 years ago was blamed on global cooling. The real story in Phoenix is that it's amazing the record stood for almost 50 years. Phoenix is a massive urban heat island, and by the year 2006, summer nighttime temperatures in Phoenix had become almost 10 degrees warmer than surrounding desert areas. Because of the urban heat island effect, Phoenix is a very bad place to study climate trends. Arizona set their all-time heat record in 1896 of 7 consecutive days over 120 degrees Fahrenheit at Parker. This record of 7 consecutive days over 120 degrees was matched in 1905, and it's never happened again. To put this in perspective, this year Parker's had no days over 120 degrees. Arizona was much hotter in 1896 than it has been this summer. There was a global heat wave and drought in 1896, which killed as many as 50 million people around the world. January 1896 was the hottest month on record in Southeast Australia. There was a heat wave in New York City in 1896 which killed nearly 1,500 people. 1896 was likely the worst year for violent tornadoes in the United States, including this one in May, which destroyed much of St. Louis. The May 27, 1896 tornado in St. Louis killed hundreds of people. The reality is that the percent of the United States experiencing very hot weather this summer is currently at a record low. Through July 23rd, only 43% of the United States experienced temperatures over 95 degrees Fahrenheit or 35 degrees Celsius, down from 90% in 1931. The summer of 1936 was vastly hotter in the United States than this summer has been. The map on top shows peak temperatures in the United States from January 1st, 1936 through July 23rd, 1936. Almost the entire country was over 100 degrees, and a very large section was over 110 degrees as well. Compare that with this year, which has been much cooler. During the summer of 1936, Logan, Iowa had 41 days over 100 degrees, and they peaked at 117 degrees on July 25, 1936. Seymour, Indiana had 49 days over 100 degrees, peaking at 113 degrees on July 13, 1936. Harrisburg, Illinois had 46 days over 100 degrees in 1936, peaking at 113 degrees on July 13, 1936. The exaggerations aren't just occurring in the United States, they're also occurring in Europe. The press reported that temperatures surged past 40 degrees Celsius in Athens. But in 1987, temperatures in Athens averaged 42 degrees Celsius for a week, and the Greek government declared a state of emergency. What's really going on is that the press is trying to create panic via fake news, just like they did in 1938. And Democrats are trying to take advantage of the panic because their only hope is scaring people about global warming. Democrats don't have much else to offer, so they're trying to run their campaign based on climate fear. Toto's been pulling back the curtain on the climate scam for the past 15 years. You can visit him, Kyrie Caesar, Toki Upla, and the 4 new puppies on the web at realclimatescience.com.